If you're watching this video or listening to this audio, it's because you want to be rich, you want to be wealthy, you want to be successful. I do too. And if I can, you can. And I'm creating this content to share the journey, to uplift, to educate, because I do believe there is enough money for all of us, enough wealth, enough prosperity, enough riches for all of us. Today's topic is intellectual property, which is ideas that pays over and over and over again. To give you an example, think about Beyonce's music catalog, Michael Jackson music catalog. Think about Nike's logo, just do it. Think about software, think about apps, think about the cartoons you watch on Netflix, think about the catchphrases that maybe an educator or an influencer or a politician have used. Think about your favorite authors. Albert Einstein is not alive anymore, but the books still selling, right? Because intellectual property, these are things you create once, but get paid for over and over and over and over again. Intellectual property is one of your infinite money resource. Infinite money is ideas, creativity is your personal money tree. Ideas, creativity is your personal money tree, because as long as you can think, as long as you can create something, best believe, because as you create it, somebody's going to consume it, somebody's going to use it, listen to it, and that's you receiving the money. Because intellectual property is all about idea that pays over and over and over again. Intellectual property is about turning what you think, create, or imagine into real money, impact, and most importantly, ownership. Let's break it down as what I know so far, what I understand so far. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you have more ideas, put them in the comments and share. Share information that can uplift, share information that can educate. Do I know everything? No. But what I know, I share mine as well. What is intellectual property, which also is known as IP? Intellectual property is anything you create with your mind that has value. Anything you create with your mind that has value. Your paintings has value. The books you write has value. The songs you make has value. The speeches you give have value. Anything you create with your mind that has value, that's intellectual property, because it's coming from your intellect, it's coming from your mind, so it's your property. Examples: a book you create, a book you wrote. For example, me, right here, this is my intellectual property, this is my book. A book you wrote, a speech or podcast episode. As of right now, this is a video. Right now, this is a speech. Right now, this is a podcast episode. A logo or brand you design. My hat, the hat I have on right now, this is my logo, and I design it. This is my intellectual property. A video course or script. This video is free on YouTube, but I can choose to sell it, but I'm putting it out there so other people can learn as well. A clothing design or slogan. See right here? Nike slogan, just do it. How many billions and millions Nike has been making for generations and generations just because of one slogan. If Nike was able to do it, you can do it too. A unique method or system you teach. How many methods? Whoever, for example, when it comes to manifestation, there is this method called 369. Another method, there is a method of study that it says that you study 30 minutes, take a 15-minute break. All of those creations are intellectual property that other people have created, and that is paying them over and over and over again. Intellectual property is the idea that pays. I'm gonna give you a framework. I have all of this written down, and if you're ever interested, let me know. I can send you the PDF file of this information, and I can send it to you completely for free. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you put the comment so I know to send it to you. Step 1, simple, right? Create it, make it, build it, make it available from an idea, concept, system, or product in your mind. And one of my mentors one day said that wealthy people pursue ideas. I didn't understand it back then, but the more I educate myself, the more I question myself, the more I understand economics, the more I understand money, because I have been obsessed with studying money, studying wealth, studying riches. Why? Because I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. So might as well educate myself in that subject, educate myself in that topic, so I can know what I'm doing, so I can understand, okay, this is my idea, this is my creation. Where is this money coming from? How can I invest it? How can I own it? Instead of just money comes, money goes. Well, but how can I multiply money? How can I make money in my sleep? All these questions I have for myself, and I'm curious. I just go and educate myself on that. And because I educate myself on that, I can be able to share it with you right now as I'm doing. First step, create it. From an idea, a concept, a picture in your mind, an imagination, a system, a product in your mind. Create it. And I'm going to emphasize on the mind, because power is the mind. Power is the mind. Think about anything nowadays we see, anything nowadays we touch, we wear, was once somebody's idea, somebody's imagination, somebody's thought. For example, before me sitting here making this video, I saw myself making this video in my mind. I thought about making this video in my mind. So here I am making it. It's one thing to think about something. It's another thing to do the thing you are thinking about. How many ideas you have that you haven't executed? How many ideas you have that you haven't produced? How many ideas you have that you haven't put out there because fear? What if it doesn't sell? What if it doesn't work out? What if people make fun of me? What if nobody buys it? What if? All those questions, all those what if are not going to take you anywhere. If you are serious about creating, building wealth, you cannot be scared of trying. You cannot be scared of failing. You cannot be scared of doing it and figure it out as you go. But if you have the idea and you never execute, how can an idea that you did not execute bring you any money? How? Where does the money come from if the idea is just in your mind? You haven't produced it, you haven't created, you haven't put it out there, you haven't painted, you haven't produced it. Step number 1, create it. An example, a money mindset curriculum for people in kindergarten. A money mindset curriculum for people that just got out of high school. A money mindset curriculum for black youth, for black Christians. A money mindset curriculum for white people who live single, or white people who don't have parents, or white people who just got divorced, or white people who want to be even more wealthy. Again, I'm not saying white and black to imply separation. At the end of the day, we all had the same 24 hours. There is no money here. There is no color. The only color I'm talking about in this video is green. Green, money. Money, yeah. First step, create it. Second, capture it. Write it down. Record it. Paint it. Bring it out of the invisible. For me, I have this notebook. I'm consistently writing. Writing. Because when I think about something, I write it down. When I have an idea, I write it down. Maybe right now I don't have the money to execute on those ideas, but since I can capture that idea in the invisible and I can see it on paper, that gives me clarity. And I know that maybe in 5 years, in 2 months, in 6 months, since I written down, I can go back and look at it. I can go back and make it better. I can go back and make it stronger. But if you don't create it, if you don't produce it, if you don't bring it out of the invisible, because the invisible is in your mind. When it's in your mind, only you can see it. But now you have to bring it out of the invisible by write it down, record it, paint it. Right now, I have this idea of talking about intellectual property because why not? At some point, I was ignorant on this information. So if I know something that has helped me, why not share it? And I'm recording this video maybe in 2 years, in 2 months, in 1 month. If I ever question or forget what is intellectual property, I can go back and look at my own videos and listen to my own audio in the time when I took to teach on that, to empower on that. Not only me. If somebody asks me what is intellectual property, now I can direct them to a video that I made in July 2025. See? The second step is to capture it. Turn your thoughts into a workbook, a keynote, a painting book. Turn your thoughts into something that other people can touch, that other people can see, that other people can feel, that other people can have in their house. Another example, I turn my thoughts, my experiences, my wisdom, my ignorance as well into a book. The same way I have this book here, somebody else can have it in China, in Nigeria, in Ethiopia, in Equatorial Guinea, in Japan, in Singapore, in Washington, in Atlanta, in Texas, in France, in Italy. Because I took this, at some point this was in the invisible. This book was only in my mind at some point. This book I'm showing you right now. If you're listening to this podcast on Spotify, probably you cannot see the book I'm showing, but I'm holding a book that I wrote this year and I published it on Amazon in February. Before me holding this book and showing it in the visible now, at some point it was in the invisible. At some point it was only in my mind, only in my thoughts. But I was able to turn my thoughts, my experiences, my pain, my mistake, my ignorance into a book. And this book can be turned into a keynote. I can go into a school, a church, a university, and give a keynote on this book. Step 3, protect it. Use copyright, trademark, or laws that allow you to have ownership, or that can reflect that you are the creator or the producer of that specific thing. And keep recipes of your original creation. Keep recipes of that. See, another reason why it's important for you to write it down, record it. Keep recipes on when you first got the idea, on when you first created the slogan, the design, the cartoon, the movie, the painting, the book, the phrase. Keep recipes of your original creation. For example, this book, I think I have probably 6 drafts of this book before being official. I first released this book maybe 2-3 years ago, and it was free. I released a free version of this book, and then years later I was able to make it better, make it more impactful, and I was able to turn it into a physical book. That's an example of keeping recipes of your original creation. Register your book title or course name. Register it. That's where the LLCs, the copyright, the trademark come into place. I published this book on Amazon, and when you self-publish a book, you own the book. You own the copyrights of the book because you wrote it. It's already yours. That's the third step. Protect it. The fourth step, package it. Package your idea, package your creation, package your invention in a way that other people can have access to it, other people can explore it, other people can enjoy it. Think about the songs of Michael Jackson. Is on iTunes, is on Spotify, is on YouTube, is on TikTok. But he's no longer with us physically, but his intellectual property till today still allow maybe his kids to have food on the table, maybe his family to have food on the table. But he's no longer here, but his ideas still run, still make things possible for his loved ones, not only for himself, but his loved ones. Are you understanding how important intellectual property is? Are you understanding how important it is for you to execute on your ideas, for you to create, for you to build, for you to produce? Even if it doesn't make money, when you are serious about building wealth and being rich, you have to forget about the now. Think in 10 years. Think in 10 years, 20 years from today, 40 years from today, 50 years from today. As I was studying too, I have this question here that I wrote myself. If you stop working today, what will still make you money? If you stop working today, what will still make you money? If you stop working today, what will still make you money? Me, this book. Because that book is already out there. I have intellectual property. I own this book. So every time somebody purchases the book, no matter where, I can have a meal a day, even if it's just to get me a McDonald's. That can allow me to not only get by, but get ahead. I have some food on my system. Let me go hustle. Let me go grind. Let me go educate myself. Let me ask you again. If you stop working today, what will still make you money? If the answer is nothing, that's a sign you have to shift your mindset. So the fourth step in intellectual property is to package it. Make it useful. Allow it to be consumed by others, to be experienced by others, to be touched, to be celebrated, to be worn by others. Ebook, online classes, online courses, brand, songs, shows, podcasts, putting your paintings on TikTok. Package your creativity, package your intellectual property in a way that other people can use it, other people can consume it. Turn your teachings into a YouTube channel or online course as I'm doing right now. And I'm glad I'm talking about this video while making exactly what I'm teaching on, which is intellectual property. Five steps is to profit from it. Yeah. You are allowed to profit from your creativity. You are allowed to profit from your ideas. You are allowed to profit from the things that you create, the things that you build, the things that you initiate. You are allowed to. It comes from you. Why not? So the last step is to profit from it. Sell it, license it, or use it to build a platform, as I'm doing right now. As I'm putting content out, I'm building a platform. I might not see the financial benefits today, but what about in 5 years? What about in 10 years? What about in 20 years? Another question I have here when it comes to money and wealth, it's not a question, is the affirmation that leads to a question. It says, if you can afford a pair of Jordans, you can afford a share of Nike stock. Which one will pay you 10 years from now? Which one will pay you 10 years from now? If you can afford a pair of Jordans, by the way, is your money. You use it however way you want. But my whole point is to get you to the point in where you use your money not only for enjoyment, but for legacy. You use your money not only to get by, but to get ahead. The same money you can use to buy a pair of Jordans, you can use that money and buy you a Nike stock. Nike stocks. Question for you. Which one will pay you 10 years from now? Once you own your idea, once you own your creativity, you can license it, you can sell it, you can protect it, and your great grandkids can eat from it. Think about all the creatives, all the innovators that are no longer physically here. But look at their families. They still eat from all of that. And the thing is, this information is nothing new. There is nothing new under the sun. Think about it. How many people are not longer here physically, but the grandkids or the family members are still living a good life, a wealthy life, a rich life, because of what they created, because of what they did, because of their ideas, because of their catalog, because of their building, because of their business. You can do it too. They have done it. Rockefeller have done it. The Carnegies have done it. JP Morgan have done it. Jay-Z is doing it. Bezos is doing it. Elon Musk is doing it. Oprah Winfrey is doing it. Me, I'm doing it. You can do it too. Why not? Why not? Once you own your idea, you can license it, sell it, protect it, and your great grandkids can eat from it. Wouldn't it be nice for you to know that, oh, no matter if I die today, my kids are not going to starve, because I have put system in place that allows them to build, to create, and to continue the legacy of success, the legacy of prosperity, the legacy of riches. And it all starts with what you do. It all starts with your actions. Because if you don't produce something, you don't create something, you don't invest in something, if you do nothing for your own life and for your own good, then what are your kids going to have from you? And not only intellectual property, you can also transfer your education. You can transfer your skills, which to me is the greatest legacy you can give to anybody. The ability for them on their own be able to create, build, manifest, manage wealth and riches. Because if you give somebody the money without teaching them or showing them or giving them the knowledge to not only to enjoy the money, but to make the money. Not only to make the money, but to invest the money. Not only to invest the money, but to multiply the money. Not only to multiply the money, but to let the money work for them. Education. And if you don't have that education, you cannot pass it on. If you don't have that financial literacy, economic literacy, money literacy, you cannot pass it. Because the reason why I can teach on this is because I know about it, is because I have practiced it. I'm not teaching something I haven't done myself. I remember, I think it was 2 months ago, I was short on money. I'm never gonna call myself broke. I always tell myself I am between blessings. Yeah, I am between blessings. The money is coming. The money is coming. The money is always coming. And I was like, oh, hold on. And then I received a notification on Amazon that I received the royalties from this book, and I was able to eat that whole month because of the royalties of this one book, which I'm grateful for. But imagine if I didn't create the book. Imagine if I didn't post the content. Imagine if I didn't share what I know. Imagine if I didn't package my creativity. If I didn't create. If I didn't produce. Imagine if I didn't. If I didn't capture it. If I was able to do it, so can you. There are 4 types of intellectual property. By the way, if this information is valuable to you, share it with somebody else. Why not? Because this information, I'm not saying nothing new. If this is the first time you are hearing this information, it's okay. Do not call yourself a failure. Do not call yourself stupid. You didn't know. You didn't know. But now that you know, it's on you to do better. Once you have seen the truth, and if you don't change because of the truth, who are you going to blame? Now you cannot tell, I did not know that I can make money with my ideas, because I'm telling you that you can. And not because this is new or because I'm the one who created this information. No. I'm simply sharing it. The same way I have received it, the same way I have acquired it, is exactly how I allow myself to teach it, to pass it along. Because why not? Why not? No matter how much money you can have, that's not going to stop me from having money. No matter how happy you can be, that's not going to stop me from being happy. No matter how successful you can be, that is not going to stop me from being successful. So why do I have to keep this information for myself? No. And if I keep it for myself, if you don't learn it from me, you're going to learn it from somebody else eventually. But I prefer to share. I prefer to uplift. I prefer to teach. Because at some point I was ignorant on this information. 4 types of intellectual property. The first one is copyright. What it protects? Copywriting protects creative works, books, music, content, art. An example, this podcast. An example, this book. An example, an ebook. Haven't you seen that when you post a video on YouTube, maybe on TikTok too, and it says, copyright songs, or you receive a warning on YouTube because you use a song without paying for the copyright? Yeah. Second form of intellectual property is trademark. What it protects? The trademark protect your brand names, your logos, your slogan. The phrases. If you see the most successful, rich, wealthy speakers, they trademark their slogan. They trademark their sayings. And I recently watched an interview of Tabitha Brown, where she was saying that she trademarked all her slogans. He trademarked all her sayings. It makes sense. I'm sure Oprah Winfrey trademarked her sayings, her quotes, her slogans. If they can do it, you can do it too. Why not? An example, your brand name can be a trademark. My brand name is Ada Dindi. Trademark. Another form of intellectual property is patent, new inventions or methods. An example, a new learning system you created, a new painting system you created, a new money management system you created. That can be a patent. Another type of intellectual property is trade secret. What does a trade secret protect? It protects private formulas, methods, or strategies. An example, if you develop a 5-step transformation framework that it came from you, that you're the one who created that framework, that formula, that method, you can trade secret to protect it and to keep the ownership of that. Some of these, I just mentioned you 4 types of intellectual property. Some of these might not apply to you right now, but it's good to know because it can apply to somebody else in your family, somebody else in your neighborhood. It can apply to the person you are going to date. It can apply to your kids. So if this information is valuable to you, save this video, share this video, take notes. I'm glad I truly enjoy writing, and I truly enjoy educating myself, and I truly enjoy consuming educational content. But as I'm consuming, I'm doing. As I'm consuming, I'm producing. As I'm consuming, I'm sharing. Here I am making this video right now. I have the information, I have the education, and now the execution. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I know what is the intellectual property is. Okay, then let me ask you, which intellectual property do you own? Oh, nothing. Well, I am not teaching on something I haven't done myself. And not only me. Look around you. The wealthiest of the wealthiest, the richest of the richest, they are all aware of what is intellectual property. If you want to become like the rich, study like the rich, think like the rich, behave like the rich, invest like the rich, analyze, study, use your money as the wealth, as they do. Why not? And this information is nothing new. It has been available for centuries and for generations. It's just that certain people have used it and certain people haven't used it. But don't be like those that don't use it. Be like those that use it. That, oh, how come Michael Jackson being dead, but he's making money in his graveyard? His kids are wealthy. And you think about it. Any of your favorite celebrities that are rich and are wealthy, they're going to tell you, I own my catalog. I own the rights of this book. I own the rights of this music video. I own the rights of this audio. They're going to tell you. So if you want to become wealthy, study the wealthy, analyze the wealthy, listen to interviews, listen to information, consume what the wealthy have left, because as we all know, success leave clues. Success leave clues. Are you going to catch the clues and apply them? Or are you going to choose to not apply them? Because if you are serious about being wealthy, you have to study. Because in the study you are going to do, you are going to realize that, hey, I just got to change my mindset. Yeah. Do you know what's the biggest difference between the poor and the rich? It's not money. It's mindset. And I have it written down here because I knew I was going to use this information to teach and to uplift. So I write it down so I can pass it along as well. Here. This is a poor person's mindset. A poor person focuses on getting by and not getting ahead. A poor person settle for safety instead of seeking wealth. Even worse, they might see rich people as the enemy instead of a sign of what's possible. When I had the poor mindset, me too. I used to say, oh my God, the rich people, they are greedy. Oh my God, I used to look at rich people and roll my eyes because I was ignorant. And I was poor. I had the poor mindset. So it makes sense why I was thinking that way. How many poor people you know that hate on rich people? But they hate rich people until they to become rich. Why hate on a rich person when you can learn from them, when you can get inspired by them, when you can see them as a sign on what's possible? If they were able to do it, so can you, so can I. You think wealth only belongs to certain people, to certain entities, to certain races, to certain countries? No. Wealth, riches, money, happiness, legacy is available to all of us all the time. You just got to make the decision that you're going to be the one having it. Or you can choose not to. The choice is yours. A poor person see a rich person as the enemy instead of a sign of what's possible. A poor person say things like, that's too expensive. I cannot afford it. I will never be rich. We're never gonna have anything. I just want to pay my bills. Money is the root of all evil. That's the language of a poor person. That's the mindset of a poor person. Please don't have this mindset. And if you have it, let this video be where you change, where you shift your mindset. Because until you don't change your mindset, you are not going to change your life. You are not. Because as you think, you behave. As you think, you speak. As you think, you act. Now, let me show you the rich person mindset. The mindset I have trained, I have educated myself to have. Because I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. I am rich. I am wealthy. I'm speaking it in the present. I affirm it. I believe it. I claim it. A rich person mindset. My mindset is I'm always learning, investing, and asking better questions. I have been sitting here for the past 6 hours. The only time I have got up is to get me some water or go use the bathroom. Right now, my screen is on and I'm watching a video, a podcast on financial literacy. 6 hours just in silence, just with myself. What am I doing? Learning. What am I doing? Educating myself. And because I am learning and because I'm educating myself, here I am making this video that is going to allow somebody else to learn and somebody else to be educated. A rich person mindset, my mindset, the mindset of all the billionaires you see around is we are always learning. We are always investing. I invest in my self-consciousness, in my education by listening to podcasts, reading books, asking questions because I know I don't know. So, hey, you know more than me. I'm willing to learn. I can learn from my own mistakes, but I can also learn from other people's mistakes. I can learn from my success, but I can also learn from other people's. We rich people, we wealthy people, we think in ownership, system, growth, freedom, and legacy. Again, we rich people, if you want to become like us, think like us. We think in ownership, systems, growth, freedom, legacy. Why we don't think on just paying bills. We don't think negative. We don't think gossip. We don't think drama. We don't think negativity. We think ownership. How can I own this or part of this? We think system. Which systems can I put in place that even if I'm not around, things are still running towards success, towards wealth, towards happiness? thinking growth. How can I elevate myself? How can I educate myself? We work consistently in ourselves because we understand that if our life is the way it is because we are who we are. We rich people, we know that we don't attract what we want. We attract what we are. Growth. How can I grow? How can I evolve? How can I elevate myself? Okay, which am I insecure? Am I a people pleaser? Am I a liar? Am I transparent? Am I honest? Can I tell the truth? Can I deal with the truth? Am I consistent? Am I disciplined? Do I know how to listen? Can I take constructive feedback? Can I give feedback? Can I call myself out on my own mistake, my own failures? By the way, we rich people, we wealthy people, we see mistakes, failures as feedback and not as final, which is the opposite of what poor people do. They make a mistake or they fail, they're going to dwell on that. Oh my God, I made this mistake. Oh my God, I'm such a bad person. Oh my God, nothing is going to work for me. Any person who's truly wealthy or truly rich can name you thousands of failures, thousands of mistakes. Me making this video right now, I fail too. I make mistakes too. So what? The same way life go on, I have to go on and get better. Growth. We rich people, we focus on freedom. Freedom that I can do what I want to do, when I want to do it, with who I want to do it. Because I simply can. Because I choose to. Because I'm free. I can think free. I can speak free. I can dress free. And we think in legacy. We are not building all these businesses or sharing all these ideas or creating or painting or educating just for us. This content I'm putting out here is going to outlive me. This content I'm putting out here is going to outlive me. YouTube might be around more than I'm going to be around. Spotify might be around more than I'm going to be around. You might watch this video 10 years after I make it. 5 years after I make it. 20 years after I make it. I might not know you personally, but this is the legacy I'm leaving behind. A legacy of education. A legacy of upliftment. A legacy of it's possible for you to win. It's possible for you to be successful. It's possible for you to be wealthy. That's the legacy I'm leaving behind. I might not be able to see physically all the people that my content, my ideas, my creation, my businesses, my books are impacting, but I know it's going to. So I'm doing it now. I am building something that would outlive me. And I'm okay with that. Us rich people, we don't wait for permission to build something great. We just do it. I could have been like, oh, maybe the audio is not set great. Maybe I'm not speaking. Maybe my English is not proper. Maybe they're not going to understand what I'm saying. Maybe I need more lighting. Maybe I need a fancy studio, a professional studio. No, I don't need permission to create this content. So I'm choosing to do it. We rich people, we don't wait for permission. We don't wait for approval to start something, to create something great, something good. We simply do it. And we figure it out as we go, and we make it better as we go. Us rich people, we say things like, money is a tool. Money is a resource. There is always more. There is always more where that came from. I can figure it out. I deserve to live well. If I solve problems, I will always get paid. Wealth is my responsibility. This is our language that can become your language as well. Because you say you want to be rich, right? You say you want to be wealthy, right? So why do you have the vocabulary of a poor person? Why do you have the vocabulary of a broke person? I thought you said you wanted to be rich. I thought you said you wanted to be wealthy. Well, start speaking like it. Start thinking like it. You can do it anytime, anywhere. You don't need more energy or more money or another house or another city or country or clothes to say I am rich than to say I am poor. To say I can do it than to say I cannot do it. To say I am not good enough than to say I am good enough. To say money is evil than to say money is a tool. Just a decision. And if you can, by the way, if you cannot even control the word that come out of your mouth, how you gonna control the things you want to create or you want to build or you want to produce? How you gonna do that? Wealth is created by ideas, value, and courage. I had the courage to make this video with what I have and where I am and however I'm looking. I have the courage to say I am wealthy, I am rich. I have the courage to say I am creating something that is going to outlive me. I have the courage to say I am good enough, I am great, I am powerful, I am successful. I have the courage to say money comes to me today and every day. I have the courage to say this video is going to impact people in a positive and great way. I have the courage to say that with me, realizing this idea, this will come with opportunities. This will bring good opportunities into my life. This will bring money opportunities, happiness opportunities, freedom opportunities. Yes, it will. This video alone, this podcast alone, yes, it will. And I have the courage to speak it, and I have the courage to say it, and I have the courage to do it. I'm teaching on intellectual property, right? And I have it. Slogan, this is my logo. This is my book. I own it. This is mine. I also have my bracelet. See? When you develop the intellectual property mindset, you go from consumer to creator. Instead of you consuming, now you're creating. For example, for so long I used to go on the internet and look at videos of people counting money. I used to go look at people counting money, people celebrating money, people investing money, people touching money. I used to go on the internet and just look at houses, look at $1 million homes, look at rich people, look at the wealthy home, look at people touching money, people investing money, people using money. I used to consume all that content because it uplifts me, because it motivates me, because it inspires me. That now, in this account where this video is located, you can see I'm making all the content I have been consuming. I'm making it now. For example, see this car. I used to look at cars. For example, see money sounds. I made this content. I created this content. For example, see money, pictures of money. Now, instead of me consuming the content, I am making the content. Instead of being a consumer, I am a creator. You can do it too. You can do it too. I used to walk around and look at those houses, $1 million homes, and tell myself, why not? Why not? I can have it too. I can have it too. I can have it too. This is one of the houses. You can see it. When I look at these houses, I feel inspired. I feel motivated. And I tell myself, yeah, I can have a house like this as well. Why not? This is $1 million home. And one thing that I love so much when I go on these wealthy neighborhoods, with these rich neighborhoods, is the level of quietness, the level of peace, the level of security that you feel just walking around those neighborhoods. I love it. And you walk around, you can hear the birds sing. People that are in their houses smiling. That's a great feeling. That's a good feeling, and I love that feeling. That feeling of freedom. If somebody else can have it, so can you, so can I. The intellectual property mindset is to go from you consuming, to now creating, producing. I haven't met one single person who became wealthy or has generational wealth from consuming. All the people who are wealthy, all the people who are rich, they created something. They built something. They invested into something. As I said at the beginning, I want to be wealthy. I want to be rich. So let me start doing the things that rich do. The wealthy people talk about ideas, not people. That's why I choose to sit here and talk about ideas with myself instead of going out and then putting myself in environment with people who talk about gossip, talk about who's dating who's sleeping with who's wearing what. How is that? How much money gossip adds to your bank account? None. How much peace of mind gossip adds to your life? None. How much positivity gossip adds to your life? None. You talking about what somebody else got going on, does it have anything to do with what you can have going on? You have to shift that mindset. That if I'm not learning or earning or healing, why are we talking about this? What is the value of this conversation? What is the value of this conversation? And again, keyword, value. Why? Because what did we say at the beginning? Intellectual property is anything you create with your mind that has value. If the conversation does not have value, remove yourself from that. If the activity does not have value, remove yourself from that. Instead of being an active consumer, be an active creator. On average, I listen to 7 podcasts a day. And I create 10 pieces of content a day. I'm creating more than I am consuming. And what I'm consuming is elevating what I'm creating. What I'm consuming is adding value to what I'm creating. Instead of just consuming books, music, or quotes, ask yourself, how can I create something of my own that others will pay for, license, or share? Ask yourself this question. How can I create something of my own that others will pay for, license, or share? I am doing it. This video is valuable to you. I know you're going to share it. I know it. This book, people already bought it. I created something of my own that people are paying me for, and they will keep paying me for it over and over. Intellectual property. There is no limit on how much money I'm going to make with this book. But more than the money, the impact. More people being more confident, people being more themselves, people being more authentic, people speaking up, people believing in themselves, loving in themselves even more. Yeah, the impact the money out of something I created myself. What about you? Ask yourself this question. How can I create something of my own that others will pay for? License or share? How can I create something of my own that others will pay for? License or share? How can I create something of my own that others will pay for? License or share? Exactly what I'm teaching about, exactly what I'm doing. All the tips, all the tricks, all the steps I have mentioned in this specific video, I am doing all of them as I'm making this video. If I can do it, you can do it too. And I'm recording this video in my apartment, inside my room, with a microphone that I got on Amazon 2 years ago, on my computer. I'm using what I have to create, to produce. So can you. I'm going to ask you this question again because it's really important. How can I create something of my own that others will pay for? License or share? Ask yourself that question. Put it in on a notebook and sit on that question until you come up with answers, because you do have the answer. And this you're gonna, I already know what you're gonna say. Oh, well, I'm not creative. Oh, I don't have innovation. Oh my God, I'm not cool. That's a lie. If you can think, you can create. Everything you see nowadays was once somebody's thought, somebody's idea. You are watching somebody else's book. You are watching somebody else's movie. You are listening to somebody else's song. You are wearing somebody else's brand. You are eating somebody else's food. You are using somebody else's device, which is great, which is good. Because the same way you are using other people's stuff, you can create your own stuff so other people can use it as well. There is no limit. Where is the limit? Who put the limit? Every time you teach, post, speak, or share, you are building intellectual property. Every time you teach, post, speak, create, or share, you are building intellectual property. Own it, protect it, monetize it. Own it, protect it, monetize it. Own it, protect it, monetize it. Turn IP into a digital empire. For example, me, what I did, I wrote a book and I self-published it on Amazon. That's passive income. Another thing I can do, or you can do, you can create a course, sell it on Thinkific, Gumroad, or Kayabi. You can trademark a brand, build a merch line, an app, or a movement. For example, I build my merch line. This bracelet right here is for sale. Let me show you. Those are my bracelets. This is my merch that I'm selling. Here it says, talking is cheap, doing is expensive. You wearing this, you just from listening to that word, don't you feel motivated? Don't you feel inspired to take action? Don't you feel motivated? Don't you feel inspired to execute? Yeah. It has value. Something I created that has value. IP. Another way you can turn your intellectual property into a digital empire is by packaging a method, teach it, license it to school organizations. This video is going to be posted on YouTube. And I know, and it will come. It might be a school or church organization that will want me to go teach on intellectual property, and I'm gladly going to do it, for sure. What I'm going to do, I'm going to or create a teaching and license it to them. And I license it so I can still have ownership. I'm not selling it to them. I'm licensing it to them, to schools, to organizations, to churches, to companies, to businesses. This that I'm teaching right now. There is somebody willing to pay me to go teach this in a school, in a church, or an organization. I know. If you're that person, you're watching this video right now, find a way to get in contact with me. I'm down to come to your organization, to come to your school, to come to your church, to come to your business, to come to your company, to come to your group of friends, to come to your cult and teach on this. Another way you can turn your IP into digital empire is by sell licensing rights. Did you say what I said at the beginning, right? I will license this that I'm teaching right now. Or it can be a method. Or it can be this book. I'm gonna package it and license it. When I'm licensing, what I'm doing, I'm selling licenses, right? I'm letting other people pay to use my intellectual property. I'm letting other people pay to use my intellectual property. I just named you 5 ways in which you can turn your intellectual property into digital empire. It's doable. Other people are doing it. Other people been doing it. The blueprint being around. So why not take the blueprint and run with it? Why not take the blueprint and create wealth, create riches, create opportunity, uplift others, and pass it around as I'm doing right now? Why not? Why not? What's stopping you? Intellectual property, aka ideas that pay. Ideas. Remember, wealth is in the ideas. I did not say money. I said wealth is in the ideas you execute. Because no matter how many ideas you have, if you don't execute on those ideas, intellectual property, aka ideas that pay, songs, books, podcasts, merch, shows, inventions, logos, quotes, brands. These are things you create once but get paid for over and over and over again. Think about Einstein. Einstein books still selling decades later. Think about Michael Jackson's music catalog. Think about Nike's logos. Just do it. Think about the software, the apps, the cartoon. Steve Jobs been gone years ago. But this still selling decades later. Once you own your idea, you can license it, sell it, protect it, and your great grandkids can eat from it. This is what is called intellectual property. It's invisible, but it's powerful. So let me ask you, what are you going to create today that others will pay you for, that you can license, that you can sell, or that you can share? What are you going to create today? What are you going to produce today? What are you going to write today? What are you going to start today of your own that others will pay you for? License, sell it, or share it? What? Every time you teach, every time you post, speak, or share, you are building intellectual property. I am building intellectual property right now. If Michael Jackson has done it, I can do it too. You can do it too. If Oprah Winfrey have done it, I can do it too. You can do it too. If Rockefeller has done it, I can do it too. You can do it too. If JP Morgan has done it, I can do it too. You can do it too. If Albert Einstein have done it, I can do it too. You can do it too. If Tyler Perry has done it, I can do it too. You can do it too. If Tabitha Brown has done it, I can do it too. You can do it too. I'm going to leave you with this quote. And write it down, by the way. An idea by itself is free. But when you protect it, package it, and sell it, it becomes an asset. An idea by itself is free. But when you protect it, package it, and sell it, it becomes an asset. An idea by itself is free. Ideas are free. Yes, they are. But when you protect it, when you package it and sell it, it becomes an asset. If this video was valuable to you, don't keep it to yourself. Pass it around. There is enough money for all of us to eat. And no matter how much money you can have, that doesn't stop me or the other person from having money. Think about it. How many millionaires there are in the world? And how many other millionaires have been created every month, every week, every year, every hour? No matter how much money a specific billionaire has, that does not stop other billionaires from having money. Circulate it. It's enough for all of us. What is the point of me? You know what? I already know this. Oh, only let me use this and let me be the one making the money. For what? Why just keep it to myself when I can make somebody else better, when I can make somebody else greater? Why keep it to myself when I can uplift somebody else? The same way when I found this information, it uplift me, it educate me. I feel like, oh, this is so empowering. I know somebody else is going to feel the exact same way. Share. If you're watching this on YouTube, put it in the comments how impactful it was, if it was to you. If you are listening just to this podcast, give me feedback somehow, some way. My name is my same name in all my platforms. Ada Dindi. And thank you. If you are listening to this message, this information is because you want something better for your life, and you're gonna get it. You want a life of freedom. You want a life of riches. There is something in you that tells you that, hey, I'm here for more. I can do more. I can experience more. That feeling, this is a confirmation. The fact that you are even educating yourself, you are even seeking financial education, empowering education, knowledge of self, knowledge of tools that can allow you to not only you make the money, but allow other people from your bloodline to make money. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for being the one breaking the cycle of poverty, the cycle of complaint, the cycle of blame. Thank you for being the one saying, you know what? I believe I can be rich too. So let me go get and educate myself. I believe I can be wealthy too. I believe I can be free too. I believe I can leave a legacy too. I believe my name can be in billboards, in schools, in books, in brands, years after I'm gone, decades after I'm gone. Yes, it's possible. Others have done it. So can we. I am doing it and you can do it too. Intellectual property. Once you own your idea, you can license it, sell it, protect it, and your great-great-grandkids can eat from it. Just like other people, grandkids are eating till today from their ideas, from their intellectual property. If they have done it, I can do it and you can do it. And if nobody has done it, I'm going to be the first one. And if nobody has done it, you can be the first one. Why not? Why not?